So I've been thinking about making this video for a little while because it's actually been my approach to fitness for most of my career in working out. Personally, I've been um, consistently working out for 18 years. Was trying and failing for years before that, and um, and then I've been a trainer for 14 years. But how do we adapt fitness and fitness training for empaths and trauma survivors? And I believe it's something very different than the typical fitness culture. And so I wanted to go over what my observations were and have been over the years in trying to adapt the fitness for myself. So typical fitness culture, it kind of starts in school for a lot of people. PE, gym class, weight room, sports, all of that is geared toward being the best and kind of proving how intense you are, how committed you are, and whether you're willing to give it all, and whether you're willing to leave everything on the gym floor or on the field or on the court. So whatever the case may be, and that's good. That's good to have passion and to give everything that you have for whatever it is that you're focusing on and whatever you're doing, including sports and fitness and all of that. But the thing for the empath and for someone struggling with fatigue or trauma, PTSD, or other health issues is that they're already giving everything they have for everyday living. And so it's not like they've got some residual energy and strength to give to fitness. So if that's your situation, if you're dealing with multiple things and struggling with fitness and exercise and wanting to be healthier and just having a really hard time with it, then I'm hoping to address some of those things here. So this is my experience. The first 22, 23 years of my life for sure, and then it went on beyond that. But I was dealing with extreme fatigue and inability to build muscle. And I was told it was a character problem. I was lazy. So it was never looked into. And I worked really hard to hide the fatigue that I was experiencing. But going through puberty, younger siblings automatically grew and got more muscle and more strength. And I stayed just super weak and skinny. And if I worked out, I got weaker and smaller, just fatigued all the time, couldn't talk about it. And so it was miserable. Ended up joining the Marines and going in at 22 and a half, finding out at almost 23 when I was wrapping up training that I had hypothyroid and hypoadrenia, and I should never have made it through physically, like been able to complete boot camp. So then that was kind of the beginning of my journey to understand like my health situation and all of that. And so over the years, I continued to study more and learned more about what my situation was and what had caused all of that. And most of it was the stress of my home environment, very angry, controlling, religious, suppressive. We were sheltered, extremely sheltered. So it was very similar to what a child of an alcoholic would experience, just the hypervigilance, just always being aware of everything. And it took me a while longer to understand what being an empath was, and someone who is very, very easily empathizes with someone else, or kind of resonates emotionally with someone else. So an empath can usually pick up on the emotions or the physical state of everyone around them. And in hindsight, I realized that I spent most of my life experiencing the emotions of everyone around me and the experiences of everyone around me, and not living in my own emotions and experiences, and really understanding what my life experience was. I was very much aware of everyone else to the point of not being aware of myself. And obviously that's not good for your health. Besides all the stress and the cortisol that's elevated. And so, and then depending on your personality, you might relate to this. I was also very introverted, which doesn't mean socially awkward or socially reclusive. It simply means that I don't get energy from interacting with people in social settings the way an extrovert would. I get energy, I recharge being alone. And doesn't mean I don't enjoy being around people. It just means I don't get energy from it. And eventually I have to go be alone again and recharge. And so of course there was really no alone time. I was very much micromanaged and critiqued all of that really sheltered childhood to adulthood experience into my 20s. And so then same thing with the trauma and the PTSD and the hypervigilance, and like all of that can continue on well beyond the actual event or season of trauma. So so all of that has a huge impact on our physical functioning and how we should be modifying our fitness training. So the ways that I kind of figured out through some study and through some experimenting and through listening to my body was if I went to bed at the same time every night, got up at the same time every morning, then my body was able to get into that rhythm a little bit, and it seemed to help a little bit. If I ate regular meals, so my specific situation was extreme fatigue. And so if I had energy coming in with like nutritious food every 2 hours, then that helped me. That might not be the case for everyone, but in my situation where I was just extreme low energy, extreme weakness, then it was very helpful to have a little bit of something coming in every couple of hours. And then with my strength training, I actually didn't do cardio for a long time just because it taxed and drained my system pretty quick. So I focused on strength training, but I would focus on one muscle group or one movement a day. And when it came to workout time, I would get into a just kind of a state of calm, mindfulness, meditation, peacefulness, allow my whole body and my mind to slow down. And then I would work that one muscle group to fatigue and then rest as long as I needed to. And then I would work it to fatigue again and maybe do 3 or 4 sets. And then the next day I would do another muscle group. It would take me like a week or 10 days to get through the whole body. And that was just enough of a challenge that I did slowly begin to get stronger. And my body was able to keep up with it. I wasn't putting myself in a deficit like I had been previously when I was trying to work out. So, even now, because I've experienced incredible changes. Like I used to not be able to gain more than, get up heavier than 120 pounds. So I got to full height at 15. At 22, I was still 120 pounds. I couldn't get heavier. When I was getting ready for the Marines, I got up to 130 for the first time in my life. I was super excited about that. I'm sure I went down to like 110 in boot camp because I was so skin and bone. I could see all my ribs. And then slowly built up from there, and I am around 180 right now. But there have been some other health issues along the way, which I'll talk about maybe in another video. So with like fat gain and trying to figure out how to slim down, and still working on some of that fine tuning. But yeah, so even now, when I supposedly look super strong and super healthy and I'm super energetic, I still have to take these parts of me into consideration. So being an empath, it still has an effect. I'm still very aware of the people and emotions around me. And if I'm around too many people for too long, I can be completely spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically drained. And I have to like take a day or a few days to recover. And so that has a big impact on my workouts, I like to play pickleball and volleyball and soccer. So like I might have to skip one of those sports for a couple of days if I've been around people for too long. And my job is massage therapy, personal training. And so if I've had some really long days working, doing massage, and with a lot of different people, I might have enjoyed every interaction, enjoyed every massage, had a positive experience the whole time, but I'm still completely drained afterward because of being empathic, being more introverted energetically, and then sometimes the hypervigilance and the PTSD and trauma, depending on what's going on, may kick in at certain times or may get triggered for even like very benign reasons. And I find myself completely drained. So that may mean I don't get to do the workouts or the intensity of workouts that I had planned. I might have to skip pickleball with my friends. So those are things that like I have to take in my entire week into consideration when I'm planning my activities and seeing if I can budget my energy for everything that I'm doing. And then even within the workouts, even if everything in the week is pretty standard and normal, and I've done well managing and budgeting my energy expenditure, the workouts may not be exactly the same. Like I might not see gains for a while. I might see no progress for a little bit, just depending on what my body is dealing with, and I'm not even always aware of what it's always dealing with. So I have to be okay with like modifying my workouts day of when I'm going to do them, or switching my workouts. Maybe like I have to do something less intense, or maybe I'm just going to go for a walk up the hill instead of the actual workout, or I'm just going to ride the bike for 30 minutes or something. Or I might have to like pick one exercise or a couple of exercises and do them throughout the day instead of all in one workout chunk. So let's say, it's push-ups or something. So I might be doing push-ups on the floor against the kitchen counter or whatever, just throughout the day, a couple hours apart, one max set, another couple hours, do another max set. And so then I get it throughout the day without like having a big chunk of energy drain all at once. And then I might have to skip intense cardio. So sometimes depending on what the activity is, whether maybe it's volleyball, soccer, or a HIIT routine or some hill sprints or whatever, I love doing those exciting, energetic, just really big movements and big energy expenditure. It's fun, but maybe I don't have the internal fuel that day. And so I have to be okay with that. And I just have to do something else instead, or something less intense. And I think it's so important, especially for any of us that are empaths, more introverted, have to guard the energy, or have trauma or dealing with multiple health issues, to not underestimate the benefits of the small things, the things that seem less significant, whether it's stretching or yoga or walks or breathing exercises. Like all of that is very powerful on its effect on the body energetically. So don't discount doing any little thing that will be beneficial. My goal is to start a membership support group type of community sometime hopefully in February. And if you're interested in that, let me know. But it'll be a way for me to do some kind of guidance, personal training with a larger group of people so that everyone can kind of build their own routine based on the guidance and tools that I'm providing. But it'll be personalized for you, and you'll have access to me, and I'll be able to give you some specific adaptations for your routine and your workouts, as well as addressing other areas of life, including like personal power and sovereignty, and chasing your dreams, and being brave in pursuing positive life change, and all kinds of just total body, total life, total being transformation, so that you can become and continue to be the powerful person that you are. So so that it's ideal for anyone who has experienced maybe abuse, trauma, or is highly empathic, maybe introverted, maybe you're dealing with multiple health issues, or maybe you feel like you're getting too old to be working out, and I don't believe that's ever the case, with minor exceptions. But yeah, so if that sounds interesting, please let me know, and I'll have some other links and resources posted below for you to check out on being an empath and trauma, modifications to exercise, and things like that. So thanks.